Well, I appreciate everybody coming. We're pretty excited in our program. We're excited about our two basketball teams, the way they're playing right now, and we're big fans, and we love watching them play, and we expect them to do really well. And then we're also excited about spring practice starting today. It's kind of secondary, but I think it's very important for our program to get a whole lot better than we are right now. I mean, we've got quite a few guys coming back, which is kind of exciting, but we got some key holes to fill.
What would you say some of these holes are?
Well, I think that we're going to compete at quarterback, even though I think Adam Dingwell had a great year and deserves to start out spring practice as the starter. I think we're going to compete at quarterback. I think we need to find some tight ends since we lost a whole bunch of pretty good tight ends in our program. We have to find some of those guys, and we have to find a couple cornerbacks since both of our guys were seniors last year that played most of the time out there at corner. I think we have to have someone step up there. So tight end, cornerback, and good competition at quarterback.
What do you think about the center and right guard positions with Alec Johnson? We never know anything.
Well, it's hard to lose seniors, but I think we have some guys that are ready to compete for those jobs, and I think that'll be fun to watch. But I think our talent level in the offensive line and our depth in the offensive line is pretty good.
So you're less worried about that than the other positions you mentioned, quarterback, tight end?
I think we have enough depth at those positions that the competition level will make someone step forward and be pretty good in those positions.
I mean, who are you guys looking at center? Because I know Alec was the main guy for so long. Then Jimmy Miller was actually sort of like backup at that position, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys that played there last year. Jordan Smith. We're going to try Zach Dilley in there some, even though he might move back out to tackle, but that gives you an experience at center right there. Lenicio Noble is a junior college guy that we recruited that we think he can play center. I think starting out today, I think Zach Dilley's the starting center.
Coach, did you give any advice to McFadden or Escobar going into the combine?
No, I didn't. Once they decide to go pro, they have all kinds of people advising them. They don't need any more help from me.
Have you had a chance to see them and what you think about how they've done? Or I know Escobar.
Well, Leon hadn't been on yet.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't he on tomorrow or something? And so I'll try. Is he on today, the actual on-the-field stuff, or is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow, the on-the-field stuff. I watched Gavin a little bit. I watched him run, and I was, I'm sure he's a little disappointed in the time he ran, but then I watched him do all the drills, and he looked like the best athlete of all the tight ends out there to me. He moved better, he was quicker, he caught the ball better than the rest of them, so I think he probably did himself pretty well.
Is the combine overrated? Is there too much emphasis put on the drills there as opposed to what these players have done during games?
I have no idea how much emphasis the guys making the decision put on the combine. I think it's more for fans than it is for the scouts I think the scouts and the personnel people have already decided on their board and who they're going after and all that stuff. I think the combine is good for the fans to watch. I think it's purely for the fans.
Coach, can you list off just the kids who enrolled in January who will be joining spring practice for the first time?
We only have 2 scholarship guys. Oh, no, we have 3 scholarship guys. Chase Favreau, quarterback, that we gray-shirted last year. Lenicio Nobles, an offensive lineman, and Dominic Barriere is the tight end.
So no, like, 4-year transfers like Cats or...
No 4-year transfers. We have 2 or 3 new walk-ons, but I don't mention them until I see if they can play.
From 4-year schools?
One from a 4-year school.
What are you looking forward to about this spring? Is there something different about the program compared to years past? Is there something specific that you're looking forward to about this set of spring drills?
Not anything different than normal. Coaches really like spring practice. You get to develop your team. Everybody gets a shot. I mean, we're going to go 3 deep on offense and 3 deep on defense, and everybody in our program gets the shot to prove they can play. They won't get equal reps, but they get a lot of reps that they wouldn't in the fall. So everybody gets a chance. So it's a lot of fun, and you can have a lot of competition too, because not one running back's taking 40 hits in a game or 40 hits in a practice. You have 14 running backs taking those 40 hits. So everybody should be able to stay fresh and healthy. And now you'll probably have an injury or two, but then we're going so early it gives us a chance to get those guys well. But the guys that have proved they can play already, you won't see them much during spring practice. You'll see them a little bit, but you won't see them very much. We're working on the guys that haven't proved they can play yet. But that's kind of the way it goes all the time. Now, the expectation level rises as the team gets better. I mean, we won the 19th championship in this program's history. Now we're working on number 20. So the expectation obviously rises as you get better.
And Coach, are there any injuries right now that are going to keep any guys out for spring practice?
Yeah, we got two DBs, King Holder and Marcus Andrews, that won't go through spring practice because of shoulder injuries.
Both shoulders?
Mm-hmm.
So with Coach Toledo now in the fold, like, is this also a year where there's going to be a lot of, like, just installing that new offense during spring practice? Like, what's the timeline in terms of that? Or have they already been looking at it?
Well, they've already looked at it and other players have seen it. I would say after 1 week would be up to full speed. It's not much different than we did before. There's some terminology that's a little bit different, but it's not much different than what we've done before.
Coach, what's your biggest concern going into this spring camp with this team? Biggest question mark?
I think it's at tight end. So the biggest concern is to replace the 3 tight ends that we lost, 2 seniors and then Gavin Escobar. And then I think the next question is cornerback. I mean, we lost a great player at cornerback, and the other corner was a senior too. So that's a lot fewer than most people have to replace.